What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets. Um, so no cam today. I'm I'm just not gonna say that, but we'll just say it's very hot here, and so I'm wearing minimal clothing. Um, as predicted, today was choppy. We didn't even get to the levels I was looking at. Um, I was long here on ES, and I told somebody in DMs to grab long here, but other than that, Um, yeah, nothing that I was watching hit. So let's erase our levels. I don't like that it's already so hot in Southern California. What's that line? Is that like the close or something? Oh, I guess it is. It's annoying. Um, all right. Let's chart up Spy really quick. No face cam. I am not dressed appropriately for YouTube. It's too hot here. Um, Something just popped in my head. So I had a meeting this morning, and I'm talking with a company. I don't know how much I should reveal, but pretty cool. Um, Basically, they have a product that allows you to backtest strategies. It also has a journal, um, and it will also find the setups that you like to trade for you. And I was talking with them today, and I was like, hey, if you can have it say, whatever price below or above value area for 45 minutes, come back inside for at least 15, retest, signal this is your trigger, and then, take long up to the next value area high. And they were like, oh, yeah, we could totally do that. I was like, wow, okay, very cool. Then I'm interested. So it's going to be a long ways out in the works, but something to look forward to. To be able to have 80% rules being called out, on multiple different tickers or whatever would be really cool. Versus, like the 80% are kind of hard to find because you've got to watch like all day, every day, um, and wait for those setups to come to you. So if there is a way to alert them happening on different tickers, that would be pretty amazing. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Gigi, then I would have to go put on clothes. I'm not talking about motive wave. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, I forgot to mention. Whoa, turn that off. The FSLR that hit in the first 5 minutes, right? Really quick in and out. There we go. This was our opening, or sorry, it hit in the first 10 minutes. First trim and second trim. I guess the spreads were really bad on it, but I know at least one person took it and made $170, even with the spreads. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then also for tomorrow, um, I do have an option set up. I'm looking at. Oh, yeah. I have to tell you guys, I love this ticker symbol so much because, sorry, I'm going to tell a quick story here. When I met my wife, like her English was not good at all. Like, really, really not good. We could have, like, basic conversation, and we would use, like, Google Translate and stuff sometimes to communicate. And then, of course, now, like, over the years, her English has gotten a lot better. My Mandarin's almost also gotten a lot better. I can't speak it, but I can understand a lot. But anyway, like, short into our dating, my wife tells me, like, I need to go to Ups. And I'm like, what is Ups? I was so confused. And she was talking about UPS. Still cracks me up to this day. I mean, she's not wrong. It is Ups. But obviously, like, us as Americans know it's an abbreviation. To her, it's Ups. Anyway, I still get a kick out of that. On UPS, my levels are pretty close, but we have, it's like a ticker that's under $100 a share. Anyway, over 97.75, grab calls, first trim 98.35, close at 98.97. They're probably targeting like right around here somewhere, 90, 99 or 100. But again, I want to get out into strength. Okay. So that's that for options. I only found the one setup that I liked. Oh, they just had their ex-dividend date. Okay. Back to SPY. Let's zoom out really quick. Why are you doing this? Dude, I can't catch a break today on trades. I did called this out live on Discord, not Keenan's. When I was live trading, I called out, like, way before we got here. I said bounce at 59.51, and we went to 59.50 and 75 cents. So a lot of people that were live with me made a bag on that one. Probably the trade of the day, I'm thinking. I should show you guys the thought process. Let me show you. Yes, Professor. Oops, where did I post that? Okay, I'm like super dumb. Um, All right. So, let me see if I can find this 51. That's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to kind of fudge how I show you guys this because apparently it deleted. Let's see. Let me grab this. So, for people not familiar, this is footprint charts. This is the bid on the left side, this column, and on this side is the ask. You can't simply say like one is buyers and one is sellers, because we can, we can buy at the bid, we can sell at the bid, we can buy at the ask, and we can sell at the ask. One's just limit buying, and one is aggressive buying, right? So 51 right here. This is annoying because for whatever reason it's vanished. But why would it vanish? I'm really confused. I guess because it's already like been run through over here. That's probably why. But so you see this like this green box, right? What it's saying is right here, when you look at these numbers, you go diagonally. So like 30 versus 142, 77 versus 292. And 292 is 300% larger than 77. 143 is 300% larger than 33. When you have two of these in a row or more, I mean, it depends on your settings, but the way I have it set is 300% is going to be green and green, 600% will be red and red, 900% would be orange and orange. Zones, two or more, and it's going to draw that box. And so depending on where this box occurs, it's either a buy side imbalance or a sell side imbalance. At 51 right here, it's disappeared, but this 660 is 600% greater than 101, and 34 is greater than nothing, right? So there was a box drawn here between 52 and 51, right? Buy side imbalance. And then the key with these is you want them to occur either at the beginning of a trend. So like this one here this happened at the beginning of an uptrend, right? The one here looks like it's not at the beginning of a trend, but this was our initial uptrend. And then we had a pullback and then a new uptrend, right? I'm going to say this, and I hate to say this, but ICT talks about these, but he calls them fair value gaps, but they're imbalances. That's the real name for it, is an imbalance. And where ICT fails is he'll trade every single, we'll say fair value gap, but I'm going to stop calling them that because that's not what it is. He trades every single imbalance, whether the imbalance occurs in the middle of the trend, at the end of the trend, or at the beginning of a trend. And the key is, like if it's a buy side imbalance, you want it to happen at the bottom. And when you come back to that level, you would enter long. If it's a sell side imbalance, you want it to happen at the top of a trend. And when you come back to there, you would enter short, right? And so that's what was there. Again, between 52 and 51, I had a buy side imbalance that went all the way across. And then if we come back to today's price action, you can see right here, we came down to that 52, 51 level, and I guess went to 950.75, so just a quarter below my entry, and then got a pretty decent bounce, right? And so that's how you trade buy side and sell side imbalances. Again, you want them to occur at the beginning of a trend. So like this one, for example, the next time ES comes back to here. Oh, I think the reason it's not showing is because this is my MES chart. I don't know why I pulled that up. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I think. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'll bring it up on the screen. I was so confused about why it had erased. Okay. Let me grab the correct chart. And then from this, you guys can also see that I'm in a trade. Or I guess you can't see it here, but I am in a trade. This was our... Or wait, no, that's not. This is ES. Okay, yeah, you can see I'm in that trade. This was my buy-side imbalance that I was talking about, right? 1978 greater than 655, 670 greater than 202. And then this one, yeah. So when we came back to there on ES, was it here? I can't tell. No, it wasn't there. It was way over here. Easy long for me. Okay. Anyway, so that's how you trade those. And then this little trade I'm in right now, this is the one that I called out in Keenan's Discord. I'm up a whole $8. Getting rich over here, making money. Yeah. Sorry, that was pretty funky of me to pull up completely the wrong chart. Okay. So, and then I don't know why I'm kind of like in a teaching mode right now. This is the trade I'm in. I entered the trade before I figured out my entry, stop loss, take profit, whatever. Oh, wait, no, this is not the trade I'm in. This is the trade I'm in. My stop loss is just barely below the 50% fib, because if we break below that, this bull flag is invalidated. This is, or was, a bull flag. Almost got invalidated here, and now it's running back. This is my price target, which if you look at Keenan's, I said 955.75. That's where I'll exit the trade. I don't think I'm quite getting one risk to reward on this, but it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, I am. Okay, cool. Yeah. So anyway, that's the trade that I'm in right now. With that said, let's zoom out. Look at SPY. That is a pretty ugly candle. So I don't even know if this is bullish or bearish. Anybody know what this candle is and if it's bullish or bearish? And just for reference, I am not a master at candlestick patterns, and I won't pretend to be. I'm not gonna, like if I wanted to look like I'm all knowing, I would have looked this up before I went live. But I really don't care about all that. I keep it real. I'll talk about the things that I do know. Things that I don't know, I'll happily be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any point in trying to be fake, or try to pretend like I know things that I don't know. It's not going to benefit me at all. Sorry, I'm trying to look up this candlestick. Could be just a doji, gapping up doji, but it's red. I don't know if that matters. Hammer? Yeah, maybe. I think the body needs to be a little bit bigger to call it a hammer, but I could be wrong. Completely open to being wrong on that. I'm trying to look. I have candlestick cards, flashcards that I'm trying to look through. Yeah, I think it's just a doji candle. And I guess it's a bearish doji. Not a rickshaw. Pretty sure I'm going with doji. Yeah. Yeah, possibly a dragonfly, possibly a doji. Dragonfly doji. I'm open. On this though, notice, like we really haven't had a red, or we had a red day here, but decreasing volume, right? And then from there we just kept pushing higher. Another red day here, barely, right? Like we basically closed where we opened, just about, but decreasing volume, day over day. Generally, with this decreasing volume, I would be expecting at least a small pullback, but this day might have been our small pullback before we go higher, right? We're still in a very crazy area where all-time highs are very possible. We could also reverse, and start making some moves to the downside. My trade's finally starting to play out. That's good. But yeah, it's not really telling me much of anything. Decreasing volume, red. The fact that it's decreasing tells me we might get a bounce tomorrow. Gosh. So this would be just freaking ideal. Like, I don't think they're going to give it to us, but right here would be nice for calls, right? I don't think it's going to happen. More likely than not, if we do come down into this range here, I would expect them to bounce right around 590.61-ish. Okay. So I would watch for calls there. I'm deleting that. I don't know how to say what I'm about to say, but basically when I go live, um, um, like after I'm done, I'll take a screenshot and I post it in Keenan's. Um, if you want the little insider stuff, like we probably get a bounce here versus here, you got to tune in for the videos. Excuse me. I want to look at news really quick before I make more predictions. I think there's not very much of anything happening tomorrow, but let's just double check just to be on the safe side. Yeah, there's just nothing. Stuff after the close, stuff before the open, and really nothing in between. All right. Um, wow, ES just rejected pretty hard. I do not like that. Dude, what is going on? Dude, I went 2 ticks from my tick profit. All right. um, all right, I just closed that trade like 2 ticks early. Let me close that so it's not bothering me anymore. Okay. Um, obviously, again, I'm not going to draw a circle for this because it requires an explanation that I'm not willing to type out. If we open um, below, okay, if we get this bounce, take it, right? Awesome. If we spend 45 minutes outside of the previous day value area low and then come back inside 3 5-minute candles, retest, take it all the way up. Okay. Um, ideally, get this entry if they give it to you. If not, play the 80% rule to the upside if they give that to you. um, and I would be very much inputs here. Okay. I've said this a lot in the past that like I'll do my best to try to call things out live when I see it. Um, what the hell, Slot? That's crazy. Um, yeah, Coach Ray is, or I think he's still in bands, is a musician. That's crazy. Yeah, so I don't know if Sloth's in the video or on the live, but Ray is my son's Muay Thai coach and then also shooting instructor. Um, anyway, what I was saying is, hey, what's up, Nora? I'll do my best, or I've said it in the past that I would do my best to call things out live as I see them, and I haven't been really good about that. I would say in the last month. Um, I haven't been trading as much like first thing in the morning, and I feel like I've been missing a lot of the moves, and so with that said, I haven't really been calling stuff out. Um, and anyway, I apologize, but if I'm able to, I will start doing more. So it came 1 tick from my take profit level. So at least so far. I just went ahead and closed. Um, But anyway, I'm going to post this in Keenan's. If anybody has any questions, now would be the time. Um, and if not, then I will see you guys tomorrow. Jack, I already looked at Tesla. I didn't see anything I like. Yeah, it's at my sell area. Sell. Yeah. What's up, Kenneth? Alrighty. Um, I gotta go check on the beef jerky. So, with that said, as always, huge thanks to all the subscribers to the stream. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. And then, what else? It looks like. Oh, never mind. I'm tripping. Um, and a big thanks to all the people that talk, chit chat, keep things interesting, ask questions. Um, you guys keep things interesting and exciting. I appreciate it. And then for people that are new, basically 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, I chart up SPY, go over what I'm looking at for the next day. And then sometimes I'll share options trades. We have a pretty high success rate on callouts on option trades. And then generally 2 or 3 times a week, my mentor will go live on my channel and he'll cover futures. And then generally about once or twice a month, we'll do classes on actually teaching training or teaching trading training. So if that interests you, I would love a sub. If you find the content valuable. With that said, much love, much respect to everybody. Peace out. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.